This video is brought to you by VAWatchdog.org, the nation's #1 independent veterans website, on the web at www.vawatchdog.org.
Thousands of American soldiers returned from Afghanistan and Iraq with what's being called the signature wound of those wars, traumatic brain injury. Few veterans hospitals have the resources to deal with it, but tomorrow a new partnership to help the most severely wounded will be announced. Mark Strassman has more.
I just remember the explosion. In my dreams, I see a big flash, and then after that, just kind of, everything goes dark.
He was clinically dead for 30 minutes.
An IED blasted specialist Eric Jordan in Iraq. He was paralyzed from the chest down and suffering from TBI, traumatic brain injury. Doctors were grim.
Best case scenario, if he lives, is he will just be here. He'll never talk. He won't know who you are. He's not going to be cognizant of what is happening.
Jordan's recovery says a lot about his courage and the U.S. Army's own struggle with TBI, often called Iraq's signature wound. The Army estimates up to 20% of soldiers serving in Iraq and Afghanistan get TBI. Here in Iraq, every soldier involved in an IED attack is supposed to be screened for brain injuries. Most soldiers diagnosed with TBI show mild symptoms, but the severe cases can be life-changing, even crippling.
We're learning, we're doing better, but we're still not perfect.
Brigadier General Donald Bradshaw led a recent Army study on TBI. It found the military had major gaps identifying and treating soldiers with the condition. Families had to navigate 16 separate government databases to find help for their wounded soldiers.
This is the longest war we've had in decades, potentially centuries, for this country. And so we're beginning to see some of the effects of a very protracted conflict.
But in the VA system, Eric Jordan lost hope from the first day of his treatment.
You're never going to walk again. Get used to the chair because you're going to have it for the rest of your life.
Carrie Jordan, Eric's mother, badgered the VA to switch Eric to a civilian facility. Finally, they gave in, sending Eric to Atlanta's Shepherd Center, one of America's leading private facilities for brain and spinal injuries.
It was absolutely incredible. What a blessing to see how far he'd come, to see everything he'd overcome.
Is there any question in your mind that the Army has a continuing responsibility for the care of these soldiers?
No, we do.
Tomorrow, General Bradshaw will announce a new partnership to send more soldiers with TBI to Shepherd.
It's amazing when you're given hope, what happens.
Mark Strassman, CBS News, Atlanta.